So this is the day we start Wainwright's Coast to Coast. Devised by Wainwright and finally accomplished in 1972, our objective is to get to Robin Hood's Bay, 190 miles. The walk commences on the sea cliffs of St Bees Head, passes through the heart of Lakeland and crosses the Westmoreland Limestone Plateau, Eden Valley, the Pennine Watershed. Then it accompanies Swaledale and then aims across the Vale of Mowbray to the Cleveland Hills and North York Moors to end on the sea cliffs of Robin Hood's Bay. As is traditional, before we started out, we did dip our feet in the Irish Sea and we both collected a pebble to throw in the North Sea when we make it. Wainwright said that one should always have a definite objective in a walk as in life. It is so much more satisfying to reach a target by personal effort than to wander aimlessly. An objective is an ambition, and life without ambition is, well, aimless wandering. Nick and I are about to embark on the coast to coast, Wainwright's route. We're currently at St Bees next to the Irish Sea, so wish us luck. We've taken a detour from the detour and are now heading back towards the detour route towards St Bees. It's a lovely, lovely country lane, smells delightful, lots of bluebells and wildflowers in the verges. We're now back on the official coast to coast route, which is a bit of a relief. We've been going about 2 hours now. And somewhere over there is our ultimate destination, the North Sea. So this is where you cross the railway. I'm not sure which railway line it is, but we don't have to walk across it. Luckily, we can go under it through fields of sheep and lambs, which are bleating quite loudly. Nick spotted a deer, so he's happy. Didn't manage to get a video of it though. Very inquisitive lambs. Managed to get one having a wee, but hey, they're beautiful. And there's some ones with little black faces. Okay, mums are getting a bit anxious, so we'll continue our walk now.
We've been walking for 2 hours and we still haven't got away from St Bees,
which is somewhere in the background. I'm starting to feel quite hot and also starting to think about lunch. It's, what time is it, Nick? 11? Okay. At some point we may escape from St Bees. I think we're going to still be walking at midnight at this rate. We think we must be at the quarter-way mark. We're now heading onto the railway cycle path. Yeah, it's a diversion from walking along busy road apparently, so I think it's the right way to go.
Definitely.
And Nick informs me we've been walking for how long, Nick?
2 hours and 17 minutes.
Okay.
It's for 6.5 kilometres.
Feels a bit longer, but hey. Lunch soon. Okay, we're now heading into what looks like it's going to be the start of the proper walk. Heading into Wainwright Passage. We've now made it to St Leonard's Church, the parish church of Cleethorpes, which Wainwright wrote about in his book. It appears at first glance to be a modern building of red sandstone, but in fact the structure contains masonry dating from the 12th century, when an earlier church stood on this site, and remains of an even more ancient walls found here suggest the possibility of a pre-Norman church. Sadly we can't get inside, but it's got this amazing bench for us to have a little break. That's a nice little message. Coast to coasters, have a great walk. Thank you, St Leonard's Church. Well, this is what we were avoiding with the cycle path, so I'm really pleased we took that route. We've literally got a couple of minutes. This is Cleethorpes, and we've literally just got to cross over this road. I must say everything is amazingly well signed. We really pored over the map and did a lot of research, but actually there are little acorn signs and and you know, really clear signage absolutely everywhere so far. Bearing in mind we've only done a few miles. Next burning question is,
Where do we stop for lunch?
I think we should get to the top of the hill. What do you think, Nick?
I think we fuel up at the bottom and charge up afterwards.
Okay, let's see. Well, we made the decision to ignore the forestry signs and walk up the forest track with the original Wainwright route to Dent Hill rather than do the road. And actually there's no forestry operations happening today. It did give us a bit of a spur though, so we're both a bit breathless. It's a great view of the sea from here, and we're about to head off up onto Dent Hill now, where we will be having lunch. Hurrah! I think a well-deserved lunch for both of us. So at the top of Dent Hill there are these amazing cairns. 3, one looks as though it's collapsed, with the fells of the Lake District gloriously displayed behind them. We've made it up to here, and now it's time for lunch. Nick's favourite part of his lunch, I think, is his pork pie. You're pleased you bought those, Nick?
Extremely.
The Green Hill of Dent, once partly a deer park, is an excellent viewpoint with a panorama far wider than its modest elevation would suggest. Wainwright says that it's the Lakeland fells that rivets the attention, the prospect being unexpectedly good and ranging clockwise from the Loweswater Fells, overtopped by Skiddaw and Grasmore, to high style and pillar groups enclosing Ennedale, today's destination, and then best of all, a fine silhouette of Scarfell Pike and Scarfell. The only lake in view, which is, I can't see, is Ennedale Water, not seen to its full extent. We're heading down from Dent Hill and we've discovered these amazing pine trees. We're not sure, but we think these may be growing mini pine cones. Could be completely wrong, however, but they look beautiful. It's a lovely track as well. We've been told to keep to the right to avoid clambering down a crag. So we're definitely following that advice. So we've descended Dent Hill, which is very steep but grassy, and we did it in zigzags, avoiding Raven Crag, which you can actually see there. We didn't want to end up going down there, and heading towards Nanny Catch along the bottom. So we'll head around under Raven Crag next. We're pleased to be near the bottom now, both of us, aren't we, Nick?
Very.
And the sun's coming out. How delightful. Anyway, we're heading up to a stone circle called Kinnyside. So looking forward to exploring that shortly. You're in the Lakeland Fells. When you see your first Herdwick sheep, wonderful creatures. Thought to have been brought over by the Vikings. There are a number of theories, but that's the one I like to think of. Now made it to the road that leads to Ennedale Bridge. We turn a left and we're going to look out for the stone circle, which is just off to the right of the road on the way back. We'll be pleased to get to the end and have a nice cup of tea. Nick spotted a bird on the top of one. Here we're going to be heading into Ennedale, and hopefully we'll see some glimpses of Ennedale Water at some point soon. It's been a great day though. It's actually really good because the road down to Ennedale Bridge is really busy, but the path is actually set off the road a little bit, so you feel safe. And we've just glimpsed the first small sighting of Ennedale Water and Ennedale Bridge. So yeah, we're making good progress now. An amazing view. Banner Fell is the one looming at the bottom of Ennedale Water. An even better view would be to see our cottage, but we can't see that yet. Hopefully not far. It's been a great day. Continuing to walk down the side of this road, thankfully, not on the road. Feet are getting a bit sore, knees a bit sore, but great. We haven't eaten all our food, so that's good. So we planned well for that. Definitely recommend to anyone reasonably fit. We're not super fit. I'm 60, Nick's 61. To give it a go. You know, just challenge yourself. It's been great for us.